Balding with Grace, Understanding and Addressing Male Pattern Baldness.
Welcome back to Mind-Body Balance 459. In this video, we will be discussing male pattern baldness. Why is it easier for many men to maintain facial hair than the hair on their heads? Baldness, which is frequently regarded as a dreaded sign of natural aging and hair loss, brings with it a weight that extends far beyond the simple absence of hair. An individual's self-image, resilience, and acceptance are all put to the test during this trip. On the other hand, this trip holds the potential for tremendous self-discovery and empowerment among its participants. In this video, the stages of embracing baldness are discussed with the goal of transforming what many people consider to be a loss into a celebration of self-confidence and elegance. 1. The arrival of the first strand, taking into account the unavoidable, the biology of male pattern. Baldness. Male pattern baldness, or androgenetic alopecia, follows a characteristic pattern that begins with receding hairlines at the temples, followed by thinning at the crown, eventually leading to a bald scalp, except for a rim of hair around the back and sides. Millions of men worldwide experience this type of hair loss, which is primarily genetic and hormonal in nature. The first step on the path to baldness frequently takes place in a stealthy manner, with the loss of a single strand of hair going unnoticed. It is a moment that is so unremarkable that its monumental significance is easily disregarded. Nevertheless, this is the beginning of a deep transition for a great number of people. We are confronted with our vulnerability and the unavoidable passage of time when we notice the first signs of thinning hair or a receding hairline. This serves as a wake-up call. The realization of this fact may occur to some people in the form of a momentary peek in the mirror, where they catch sight of a scalp that was previously concealed. When it comes to some people, it is a comment, possibly from a loved one or a barber, that draws attention to a receding hairline or a crown that is becoming thinner. Even if they are brief, these moments represent the first steps on a route that will eventually lead to acceptance after a series of denials, bargaining, and other stages. It would be impossible to overstate the emotional impact that this understanding has had. The hair, which is frequently associated with ideas of identity, youth, and vigor, starts to fall out, leaving behind a path of uncertainty. After that, the difficulty becomes not only dealing with the physical loss, but also confronting the psychological and emotional ramifications that come along with it. 2. Changing from denial to acceptance. A decade of infidelity. The genetic lottery. How much does DNA influence baldness? According to research, genetics have a significant influence on male pattern baldness, with twin studies showing an 81% heritability rate. This means that the condition is not solely the fault of genes from either the mother's or father's side, but a combination of both. Understanding this genetic predisposition helps demystify the condition and guides men in seeking appropriate interventions. There is rarely a linear road that leads from the initial recognition of balding to complete acceptance of the condition. Before arriving at acceptance, it goes through a series of stages that include denial, rage, bargaining, and sadness. At various points along this journey, which might take a decade or even more for some people, there are attempts to conceal, delay, or reverse the process. It is precisely this denial that allows the industry for hair loss therapies to develop. These treatments range from over-the-counter remedies to medical procedures, and they offer hope in a bottle to people who are unable or unprepared to confront their balding mirror. Nevertheless, the most profound deceit is not found in these attempts at reversal, Rather, it is found in the internal denial that prevents acceptance from occurring. The effort that is put into concealing boldness, whether with thoughtful hairstyles, caps, or comb-overs, frequently serves little purpose other than to postpone the inevitable and to intensify the emotional pain that is already present. The knowledge that the battle is not with one's hair, or lack thereof, but rather with one's self-image and acceptance, is the turning point that occurs when one realizes this difference. The acceptance of boldness is not only a physical act, but also a symbolic gesture of accepting change, impermanence, and one's own identity. 3. The moment of truth on the path from despair to decision. The role of hormones in hair loss. At the heart of male pattern baldness is the hormone dihydrotestosterone, DHT, a derivative of testosterone. DHT affects hair follicles by shortening their growth phase, leading to thinner and shorter hair over time. Interestingly, the level of testosterone does not directly correlate with baldness. Rather, it's the sensitivity of hair follicles to DHT that plays a crucial role. This distinction dispels the myths linking baldness to virility or sexual activity. One experiences a moment of liberation when they make the decision to accept their baldness, to shave off what is left, and to face the world with a scalp that is naked. After years of difficulty, this decision is a last act of acceptance that marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. It is a decision that occurs after years of battle. When we reach this turning point, we frequently experience feelings of fear and uncertainty. There are a lot of questions. How will I look? In what way will other people view me? In spite of this, the comfort and freedom that come after these worries are frequently more than enough to eclipse them. The act of shaving one's head, which can be thought of as a ritual, can become a moment of rebirth because it allows one to shed not only hair, but also the burden of years of anxiety and self-consciousness through the process. It is a testimonial to the transformational effect of accepting one's baldness that the stories of people who have taken this significant step are told. They are able to discover a newfound sense of self-acceptance and confidence as a result of being liberated from the everyday rituals of concealment and denial. After having been a source of embarrassment in the past, the bald head has evolved into a symbol of strength, tenacity, and sincerity. 4. The Bold Brotherhood, discovering the power of numbers, psychological impacts, and societal perceptions. The psychological toll of balding cannot be overstated. Many men experience a profound impact on their self-esteem and mental health, with some reporting feelings of unattractiveness and depression. Society's emphasis on youthful appearances and full heads of hair exacerbates these feelings, making it crucial for there to be a shift towards more acceptance and understanding of baldness. If you want to learn how to accept your baldness, you don't have to go through this process by yourself. Men all across the world are discovering a sense of camaraderie and support in a group that might be referred to as the Bold Brotherhood. This group, which is not connected by blood but rather by shared experience, provides a stage for the exchange of anecdotes, words of wisdom, and words of encouragement. By promoting baldness as a symbol of distinction rather than a social disgrace, the Bold Brotherhood works to combat the stigma that is associated with baldness. From the moment they first became aware that they were balding to the moment they made the decision to shave their heads and all in between, members share their experiences with one another through online forums, social media, and personal encounters. The transformation of the experience of balding from one of loneliness and insecurity to one of empowerment and pride is largely attributed to the presence of a sense of community and shared identity among those who are going through the process. It should be made abundantly apparent that baldness is not a deficiency that should be concealed, but rather a trait that should be welcomed and celebrated. 5. Embracing your new look while living boldly. Bald. Tips for living boldly bald. Faced with hair loss, men have two paths: embracing baldness or seeking treatment. Embracing baldness involves accepting the change and finding confidence in one's appearance, while seeking treatment can range from medications like minoxidil and finasteride to surgical options such as hair transplants. The choice is deeply personal and should be made based on individual comfort and values. Accepting one's baldness is merely the first step forward. It is necessary to adopt a new mentality and, for many people, a new approach to personal style and grooming in order to live a brazenly bald lifestyle. Here are some suggestions for individuals who are prepared to accept their baldness with self-assurance. Taking care of your skin. A bald head is still skin, and it needs to be taken care of. When it comes to maintaining healthy and radiant skin, moisturizing, protecting the skin from the sun, and cleaning gently are all vital. Your personal style can be redefined. Baldness presents you with the opportunity to redefine your own personal style. It is recommended that you try out a variety of different styles of clothing and accessories that match your new look. Acknowledge the importance of grooming. For individuals who have facial hair, a beard that is well groomed can be a wonderful complement to a bald head. It is possible to improve your entire appearance by paying attention to grooming, even if you do not maintain facial hair. Your most valuable accessory is self-assurance. After all is said and done, the manner in which you carry yourself can be the deciding factor. The ability to exude confidence is contagious and has the power to alter how other people view you. Once a cause of dread and resistance, baldness has the potential to become a source of power and pride. The process of acceptance is not limited to the loss of hair. Rather, it is about accepting change and discovering the beauty that lies in being true. The journey toward accepting baldness with dignity is different for each individual, but it ultimately leads to the same destination, a place of self-acceptance, complete confidence, and complete independence. At the end of the day, coming out as bald is not only about losing hair, it is about discovering who you are. The path is one that confronts cultural standards as well as personal insecurities, and in its place, it provides an opportunity to embrace a new identity, one that is bold, self-assured, and unabashedly bold. Thank you for watching.